from RMAMA and House of Pain, Brandon MacArthur.
So coming out first, fighting out of the House of Pain in Cranbrook, British Columbia, trained by Mike Corrigan. A man who we saw score the huge upset victory in the main event at Rumble in the Cage 44. He is unorthodox, he is a personality, he is Brandon the Primate MacArthur. And you know what, Steve? Brandon's going to like fighting here in Rumble in the Cage because his last two victories have both come here in this promotion. So that's some good energy for him as he enters another, what appears to be a daunting challenge.
He's coming in with his game face on. He looks slightly different. He knows he has his hand full here with UFC veteran Jesse Bongfeldt. So, you know, he does got some good, solid stand-up. We'll see what happens.
The Primate, no stranger here at Rumble in the Cage, as he's fought here this will be his 8th appearance for this promotion. So you don't ask a guy back if he can't bring it in the cage, and Brandon MacArthur certainly does that. He'll be trying to score up another huge upset victory here tonight.
It's MMA.
His opponent coming
possible.
down, representing the red corner, and Kenora MMA and CMC in Lethbridge, Jesse Bongfeldt.
Well, it's been a little while since we've seen our next competitor here in the cage. But we always love seeing him return to Lethbridge. Jesse Water Bongfeldt now fighting out of Kenora, Ontario. This man most recently fighting in the UFC as we look at the tail of the tape. Bongfeldt coming in at 29 years of age, 6 feet tall, 186 pounds, a professional record of 15-5-1 up against Cranbrook's Brandon the Primate MacArthur, 26. He's 5'10", 185 pounds as well. And when you get a guy like Jesse who's got a taste of the big time and has to come back, rebuild some confidence, work on his game again, what kind of mind frame do you think he has coming into this fight?
No, you always got to rededicate yourself to what brought you to the big leagues, and it's not easy to stay out there. So, he's just happy to be in the cage.
Last time we saw him here at Rumble in the Cage, it was RITC 36 back in September of 09. He scored a submission victory over Nolan Clark. Here it is, main event time. We'll send it to Jeremy Valentine to give us the official introduction.
This is the main event of the evening, brought to you by Novo Watches, proud sponsor of Jordan Meehan. This fight is a professional bout contested over 3 5-minute rounds in the Rumble in the Cage 185-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he represents RMAMA and House of Pain. He holds a professional record of 8 wins with 17 losses. He weighed in at 185 pounds, Brandon the Primate MacArthur. His opponent in the red corner, fighting out of Kenora MMA and CMC in Lethbridge. He holds a professional record of 15 wins with 5 losses and 1 draw. He weighed in at 186 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Water Bongfeldt. Your official charge of the main event tonight is Mark Aparicio.
All right, gentlemen, to center. Okay, boys, we all know the rules. I want a good, clean fight. Fight fair, fight hard, and obey my command at all times. You want to touch gloves? Do it now.
So it's Jesse Water Bongfeldt. He's held belts at Rumble in the Cage. He's fought in the UFC. Comes in with the black shorts with white trim up against Brandon, the Primate MacArthur, trying to score back-to-back upsets. He's in the pink trim, pink trunks with gray trim. Mark Aparicio is our official. We're underway. Bongfeldt with so much power in his strikes. MacArthur's going to have to be wary of that.
Bongfeldt will come at you from different angles that you don't expect, that no one else does.
MacArthur trying to keep his distance. We'll have to see how he plans to attack Bongfeldt, who can win standing up with a huge kick to the head right there, or he can win it on the ground. Whereas MacArthur, if his 8 wins, they're all by submission, and now he's on his back. Big right hand from Bongfeldt. MacArthur doing his best to keep Bongfeldt at bay for the moment. Bongfeldt looking
passes the guard.
Now some big right hands.
MacArthur's holding his own from that position. Impressive.
This is a tough position to penetrate. And MacArthur does have 25 professional fights under his belt. He's fought some tough men in his time. I'm not sure if he's fought any tougher than Jesse Bongfeldt, though.
No, this is it. This is the cream of the crop right here of his competition.
Now Bongfeldt down to the ground. MacArthur fending him off for the moment. Pretty good guard.
McCarthy's doing good. Good defense in that position.
Just on the edge now, though. Bongfeldt opening up with some rights and some lefts. He's closed the distance now.
MacArthur needs to look at tying him up when he comes down that way to stop the onslaught of punches.
And there's the up kick. That's the one thing you got to watch for from this position. Bongfeldt plows in once again. Trying to control the legs now. There he goes, getting the back. MacArthur gets back to his feet, though.
Very impressive, very impressive.
MacArthur has come a long way, it seems, in the last year or so.
Now he's got Jesse pinned up against the cage from the clinch position. See what he can do from here.
And Bongfeldt backs him away. He wants to go back to the striking game. About midway through this first round, Brandon MacArthur and Jesse Bongfeldt. The main event, Rumble in the Cage 45. Kick to the head by Bongfeldt. MacArthur ate it, and he caught him with a right hand. But Bongfeldt recovers now. My word, what a punch from MacArthur.
Yeah, and that was a straight left jab.
One thing you cannot do is underestimate Brandon MacArthur. Bongfeldt now trying to posture up. He's going to want to punish him. Also maybe a chance to recuperate a bit for Bongfeldt.
MacArthur's got the full guard. He's trying to tie up Bongfeldt to prevent the punches. Try to look for submission there. Bongfeldt felt that.
Bongfeldt trying to penetrate the defense here of his opponent. Trying to maybe mount him.
He got the half guard now.
Bongfeldt now with some short elbows.
MacArthur needs to tie Bongfeldt up. If Bongfeldt can posture up, he will be raining down some heavy, heavy blows.
Nice
There's
elbow
a nice
there.
elbow.
That one stung MacArthur. Bongfeldt getting busy here with 1:30 to go in the first round.
Bongfeldt's trying to pass that one leg. MacArthur's trying to go back to his knees.
Trying to get that arm pin now. MacArthur works out. He's got him in close quarters.
MacArthur's got the half guard. He needs to keep Bongfeldt at close at bay. Bongfeldt postures up. There's going to be some heavy bombs coming down.
A right hand followed up by a left. Now Bongfeldt starting to open things up here. The elbows. MacArthur is going to have to get out of this position. Less than a minute to go here in the first.
Bongfeldt just about got the mount, but MacArthur did really good on bringing his knees up and getting active hooks involved. It's back to the half guard.
Bongfeldt starting to score some points here, though, in the ground and pound. Short elbows.
He's landing some heavy elbows. One of them will eventually cut MacArthur up at this pace.
He is working for that mount doggedly. Jesse Bongfeldt with 30 seconds to go here in the first round. Brandon MacArthur
is doing a fantastic job at preventing the mount and tying Bongfeldt up.
Now he's got butterfly guard.
Now he's got the full guard now.
Pushes him away. Bongfeldt doesn't seem to mind the posture up, though. The punches are just a bit short, though. MacArthur doing well there to survive this first round as they pick themselves up off the mat. Jesse Bongfeldt scored a lot of points, but I think Brandon MacArthur scored a lot of respect in that first round.
You know, he has my respect, and I am a Brandon MacArthur fan now. Like, to go one full round and hold your own against Jesse the Water Bongfeldt and moving up a weight class, because MacArthur usually don't fight at 185. You can definitely see a big size difference here.
There's a big front kick there by Bongfeldt as we look at some of the first half or first
that was a
round highlights, but it was MacArthur with a straight right hand that popped him. And then there was the ground and pound from there. So Jesse Bongfeldt, he's gone the distance a couple of times in his career.
There is no quit in both of these athletes. Bongfeldt just goes and the job is done, and you can't stop Brandon MacArthur. So this is an entertaining fight for sure. It's a great main event at Rumble in the Cage.
Absolutely. Rumble in the Cage 45 here. I'm Marty Basita, joined cage side by Steve Bergeron. We got a really good main event going on here in Lethbridge, Alberta. Glad to have everyone watching around the world on GoFightLive.tv. We're going to hit this second round here. What's the game plan for both fighters?
Well, Brandon MacArthur is just in his corner smiling away. Unbelievable. You know, he's just going to keep on working and see what presents himself.
So at 185 pounds, our main event, this will be round two. Brandon MacArthur in the pink trunks going up against Jesse Bongfeldt in the black. We'll see how they follow up that entertaining first round leg kick by Bongfeldt, the first salvo fired. MacArthur responding with a leg kick of his own.
Bongfeldt stalking MacArthur a little bit.
Left hand there by Bongfeldt. Caught MacArthur. He's got to watch for that head kick. Kick to the body by Bongfeldt. Another crunching leg kick from Bongfeldt. Nearly swept the legs from his opponent underneath him. Now MacArthur trying to hit with a big right hand. He's doing a good job, I think, of giving Bongfeldt different looks.
Bongfeldt's in the southpaw position. He needs to be aware of MacArthur's right cross. That's what dropped him earlier. Bongfeldt's leaving his hands low. MacArthur's looking for that overhand right.
That leg kick followed up by a head kick that just narrowly missed. MacArthur presses forward, but eats a knee to the body and a short chopping blow to the head. MacArthur now, that one hurt.
Body kick, hard.
A crunching body kick by Bongfeldt. Now trying for a submission.
He's got a guillotine. MacArthur's holding on tight.
And with the power of Bongfeldt, it is over. Jesse Bongfeldt with a guillotine choke to end the night of Brandon MacArthur.
MacArthur has not only my respect, but everyone in here in the building and everyone watching.
Brandon MacArthur proved to be a difficult puzzle to solve for Jesse Bongfeldt, but once he did, Steve, it ended very quickly.
Usually takes a round of one fighter to figure out another.
And here we go, the end of the fight as he locks in the guillotine. And once he gets the guillotine, Bongfeldt so tenacious with it, he's not letting that thing go. So Jesse Bongfeldt, your main event winner here at Rumble in the Cage 45. But I think Brandon MacArthur is one of few fans here this evening, a few more than he already had. We'll send it to Jeremy Ballantyne for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official results are in. Your winner by tap out due to guillotine choke at 1 minute 34 seconds in the second round. In the red corner, Jesse Water Bongfeldt.
And quite the champ he is. It's always great to see Jesse back here at Rumble in the Cage. He always brings a lot of excitement to his fights. And we'll stay in the cage with Jeremy for a post-fight interview.
All right. I'm here with Jesse Bongfeldt to show a lot of class. as he talks to the coaches of the opposing team. Jesse, Brandon MacArthur comes in here the last Rumble in the cage, and he guillotines Dan Chambers. Is this a measure of revenge for you for your teammate?
It actually was. If I could do it, I was going to take the opportunity. I wanted to get that one back, and it was either the knockout or the guillotine, and my arms were a little pumped out, so I had to go with what was given. It was a gift, and I thank you, Brandon, for taking this fight. Short notice killer, brother. Thank you.
Now, in the first round, you kick Brandon in the face, a really good, solid shot, and he comes forward and gives you a straight and knocks you down. Were you in trouble there, or did he just catch you at the right time?
No, I don't think I was in trouble. I just had to get low real quick, eh?
Fair enough. Is there anyone you want to thank, and what's next for you?
I want to thank Lethbridge, man. You guys are the best fans in the world. Lee puts on the best show. This is grassroots, man. This is where everything begins for every one of you guys. So get in here, come and train at the CMC. You got one of the best gyms in the world right at your fingertips.
Jesse Bongfeldt, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon MacArthur, you come in here, Rumble in the Cage 44. You have a great victory with a kind of Cody McKenzie style guillotine. Come in here, put on a great fight. Anything you want to add to it?
I knew that Jesse was tough, but I knew if I trained hard, I could give him a good fight. Maybe not the victory, but definitely give him a good fight. And I just want to thank all my friends and family for watching the fight. I know I didn't win, but I gave it my best, and thank you.
Brandon MacArthur, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Kenora. I love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming to Rumble in the Cage 45. Check the website. You will see our next date as it comes up. Big thanks to Lee Main and all the other people here who helped put on a fantastic event. And have a good night. Drive safe. We'll see you at Pulse Nightclub.